would it be really an adventure if you didn't have something break down while you're going along? So on going back to get the second Chevy 2, it was 3 miles from my house, my speedometer decided to quit. So not the first time it's happened, so I got the old phone for backup at least. Well, we'll continue on and see what happens. So speaking on the adventures of getting the white or gray car repaired, so the upper ball joint had popped out of it at some point in time, whether it happened at the wreck or sitting around out there. So we had debated a couple ways to do it, but I had that front clip, so I went with that. Now in order to put that front clip on, I knew there was 3 issues. 1, getting the bolts loose to get it out. 4. Fourth would be, would it line up well enough that it would be able to bolt together and we can move it. The other being the brake lines going to the rear or the front, because I'm pulling the front off, and then the fuel line. Fuel line was no issue, it was disconnected. I believe that was a 6-cylinder car that they put a V8 in, and so the fuel line was routed the 6-cylinder way. V8s are routed on the outside of the frame. This was routed on the inside. It could have been redone as well. So the brake lines, you'll see I had a hard time trying to get them loose. I was actually rounding the nut off, so I ended up cutting it with what I had. I had a needle nose pliers, or I had the needle nose vice grips. So needle nose vice grips did the job. Cut that steel tubing. FYI, it will do it. Getting the body apart, we had some trouble getting the steering linkage apart from the front, the old doghouse, and then trying to put it together with the new one didn't quite work out. So in the time-lapse video, what you will see is us just basically loosening the steering column and pulling the steering column back just so we could put the other doghouse up there. Now it won't really have steering, but that's fine with me. I can make do without. We've done it before with the 63. So what else can I tell you about? The rear end wasn't locked up. It took a little bit of work. I got loose and then gave it a tug and we pulled it out, which you will see at the end of the time lapse. We will then go ahead and go and load it. That's what we're going back right now for. So we'll see how this works out for us. Only time will tell. Anything dragged?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
I'll take a look here. Got the camera going, so doesn't look like it drug that time. The old small block 400 really did it. Looks pretty good. That was lucky. So here we are again. Just got the white gray one loaded up, the other 67, and headed back home. Now this one was pretty easy to load up. We just had to remember to ratchet strap the trunk lid down, because otherwise it'd pop up. Which I don't care if it blew out all the my strappings, that would help me out. But at the same time, that could be considered littering if there was other trash in there. So in good spirits here, we won't do that. Yeah, all in all, it went really easy. The vehicle rolled really easy. The front doghouse I knew rolled really well. So it was just a matter of how that rear end played with us and the rear brakes. It wasn't that bad. So all in all, it wasn't too bad of a deal. Now comes the fun part of cleaning it, tearing into them and cleaning them out. So the white one's floor pans look really good. Subframe looks really good. The gold one, on the other hand, the floor pans are rusted out on it. I either need to put subframe connectors in it before I start messing with it too much, or just replace the floor pans. It's something I'll have to look into in future videos. For right now, I think I'd like just to get it running so I can move it around, have one that can move, then have this one. This is going to be a very long-term project on this white one. How can I put this? For years, my grandfather has been telling me it's very easy to convert a 4-door to a 2-door. So you probably already know what I'm thinking right now. And 2-door hardtop quarters aren't any different price range than 2-door post ones. So I think what I'd like to do is try to make like a Grumpy Jenkins, Grumpy's Toy clone, in a sense. Not exact, but in a sense. I think it'd be pretty cool to have something like that. I mean, value-wise, it's nothing great. It won't be worth as much as a real 2-door, but from the outside, everybody will think it is a 2-door. It'll still be titled as a 4-door, but it'll be pretty cool, I think, just to be running around in it. Even if it is, as you could say, kind of junky, that would still be very cool to me, just to have a 2-door. Because I've never had a 2-door 2nd gen Nova. Actually, the only 4-door I've ever owned up until this point was my 66. So I think I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.